Welcome to sports. I'm Kayvon Izami, and week 6 of Fabulous Football Friday is here. Wow, already week 6, and we have an exciting week in place for you as we will be live out Friday afternoon. Greenbrier West taking on Shady Spring for our game of the week. That's going to be really fun. We also have a lot going on in Major League Baseball as the end of the season is Sunday. And there are still so much to figure out what's going to happen, who's going to be in, who's winning the division, who's making the wild card, and what the matchups will be. All of that still has to get sorted out by Sunday. We'll update on those games in just a little bit. But we had a game take place on Thursday for high school football. Thursday, and the Flying Eagles of Woodrow Wilson won big, and I mean big, as they moved to 5-1 on the season. They went on and beat Preston 50-13. This game took place Thursday night. A.J. Thomas with a 94-yard kickoff return to open the game. Literally the first play of the game, and A.J. Thomas goes 94 yards for a kickoff. Talk about a statement to start the game. That's it. And then how cool is it to see this guy's name right here? Elijah Redford back out on the field. That is the coolest story of the season so far. And not only is he out back on the field, he scores a 16-yard touchdown catch in the game. And then our athlete of the week of week 5, Elijah Waller, the baller, with a touchdown run. Woodrow Wilson now moves to 5-1 on the season. They are looking dominant as ever. Some other matchups taking place for Fabulous Football Friday. Some storylines, some players. If you're going out to the game and you're ready to have a fun time, or if you're going to tune in at 11 o'clock Friday night for Fabulous Football Friday, this is some of the storylines and players we're going to be talking about. Starting with this game, our game of the week, Shady Spring heading to undefeated, that's right, undefeated 4-0 Greenbrier West. Gavin Davis, last week, he ran for 240 yards and 4 touchdowns, career highs in both against Pikeview. This week, though, he's going up against the best defense in the Coalfield Conference, a defense that has given up 21 points in 4 games. 21 points in 4 games. That's what you call a lockdown, shutdown defense, and they have a big challenge against Gavin Davis and Brady Green and the Shady Spring Tigers. Can't wait to cover that one. Then we go to another big matchup. This was really close to being our game of the week. Summers County versus James Monroe. 2 dynamic running backs. And I know before everybody freaks out, yes, running backs don't play running backs. They're both on offense, so they don't play each other. But the way that these two play on Friday will determine the outcome of this game. It's 2 dynamic offenses that can put up a lot of points. James Monroe's Cooper Ridgway was a candidate for Player of the Week in Week 5. He was incredible. And then Ryan Oliveros, he can do it all. He's a gadget player. He can catch, he can run. Those 2 should have very big nights on Friday. And whichever one has the bigger night, that means that team has a good chance of winning. We move to the incredible, and I mean incredible, wild card race going on so far this MLB season. It really is one to watch for. Philadelphia, they're in. All these 4 teams right here are fighting for 2 spots, 2 and 3. Arizona now is 2 games ahead of the Marlins and Cubs, but this is the big changer here. The Marlins have now jumped in front of the Cubs, who have been in the playoffs for the last 2 months. Right now, if the season ended today, the Cubs would be out of it. We have to watch that. And then Tampa, they're in. Toronto, Houston are in right now, but Seattle is fighting. They're fighting. Arizona, though, we talked about them. They're 2 games up. Can they make that lead even bigger? They played in Chicago today. Let's go out to Chicago White Sox Stadium. And we start things off with Andrew Vaughn up at the plate. And Vaughn wants to play spoiler. And that's exactly what he does as he belts one over the wall. And he is truly trying to play Mr. Spoiler today as they go up 2-0. And then Vaughn says, let me get it done on the defensive end. Look at that play. He stops it from going past him, and he gets the out. And then it's time for the pitching to get things done from there. Marte hits a line one out, and it's just far enough to bring Corbin Carroll in. He tags up 2-1 White Sox. White Sox trying to put this away. Strikeout. That's it. The White Sox beat the Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks lose that one. We move on to the next game that we have here, as this is the New York Yankees taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. And the Yankees are now trying to play spoiler in this one as they're out of it. But Dalton Varsho, that is, says not so fast as he belts a solo home run. Then the fourth inning, it's Matt Chapman. And Chapman hits one opposite field home run over the wall. That is a 2-0 game. And then Brandon Belt plays cleanup. Not a 1, not a 2, but a 3-run home run for Brandon Belt. And Toronto moves another game closer to making it to the playoffs. Now we go out to Atlanta, where the Braves are locked in. They're going to the playoffs. But the Cubs are falling. They've got to get a win to get back in it. But the Braves say, wait a second. We're still having fun and playing. The Cubs did score first, so they're on the board 1-0. But Matt Olson, he has hit home run after home run. That is his 54th home run of the season for Matt Olson. And then Michael Harris hits a drop shot right towards the back wall. That brings another run in, and the Braves are truly saying, we're not going to make this easy for the Cubs. And then Ronald Acuna Jr. right up the middle, splits the basement, brings in another run, and the Braves go on to beat the Cubs again, 5-3. The Cubs are in a terrible situation right now. 2 months ago, they were set to make the playoffs. They've now lost 3 straight to the Braves, and they're out of the playoffs. But the season's not over yet. It ends on Sunday. That does it for sports. We'll be back with more right after this.